sheets with the tights underneath. I got the breath of a last cigarette on my teeth, and she's an actress.
Hi guys, this is Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and I have another book review for you guys today, and it is Over Ash by Malinda Lo. Now first of all, I just want to say that I absolutely adore this cover. This cute little girl sitting in the middle of like this green foresty green floor crap and grass. And you kind of know like what this symbolizes later on once you read a little bit more of the book. But this book, aside from the totally awesome cover, was terrible. I gave this book a 1 out of 10 because it is just so bad. Like, it was a pain to get through this book. It actually took me 5 days, which isn't very long, but I never wanted to read it. I would be like, oh, I gotta go read that book, I gotta go read that book. I wouldn't have finished it if I wasn't reviewing books. I would not have continued on with it, but I figured that to give it a fair review, I had to read it from front to back, and so I did, and it took a long time, and it sucked, and it was boring, and I actually came up trying to find a book to read afterwards, like the next book I was reading, and I was so scared that I was going to get a book that just I didn't enjoy as much as Ash. It's not that the writing style wasn't good. Like, Malinda Lo did a very good job writing, even though it was in third person, which I don't really like third person books. I like getting to know the characters. But it's just, the story didn't go where it should have went. Like, I guess I'm not anyone to say where it should have went, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to. It didn't go really anywhere. It builds it up like it's going to be this awesome fairy tale, and it only disappoints. Now, this could be different for you. Maybe you'll enjoy it, but for me, I didn't get to know any of the characters. Even the main character, Ash, had no personality whatsoever. It just seemed to me like I didn't like, after reading this book, I barely remember the characters' names. Like, and it took me 5 days. I spent 5 days with these people, and I don't remember any of them, really, except for one, and that's just because it's one of the main characters, and there's no personality behind the characters, there's no getting to know them like I said, so and that's a really important part of a book for me, is getting to know the characters and feeling like the characters are my friends. I don't have any friends. And like I said, the plot wasn't very good. It was okay, but it wasn't awesome. The book smells good though, and it looks really pretty. But it just wasn't for me, and it's a possibility that it could be for you, but I suggest before you purchase it, you go out and you read it from your local library, just because you don't want to spend however much this is, $16.99, unless you have a Borders coupon, on a book that is only mediocre or less than mediocre. I guess I should go ahead and read the inside to you guys. It says, Cinderella Retold. In the wake of her father's death, Ash is left at the mercy of her cruel stepmother. Consumed with grief, her only joy comes by the light of the dying earth fire. Rereading the fairy tales her mother once told her, in her dreams, someday the fairies will steal her away, as they are said to do. When she meets the dark and dangerous fairy Sidine, she believes that her wish may be granted. The day that Ash meets Kaisa, I don't know how to say it, the king's huntress, her heart begins to change. Instead of chasing fairies, Ash learns to hunt with Kaisa. Though their friendship is as delicate as a new bloom, it reawakens Ash's capacity for love and her desire to live. But Sidine has already claimed Ash for his own, and she must make a choice between fairy tale dreams and true love. Entrancing, empowering, and romantic, Ash is about the connection between life and love, and solitude and death, where transformation can come from even the deepest grief. So it makes it sound pretty good, and it was a good concept, but it just didn't work. And I didn't like the ending, and it has nothing to do with the concept that is introduced, because I'm all for that. I just didn't like the way it was done in this book. It wasn't done right. It could have ended the same way, and if it had been approached better, then I probably would have liked it. But I just didn't like the way it was done in this book. But it was still, like I said, if you might want to go check it out from your library, but just for me, it wasn't the book that I wanted to read. Ash was published September 1st of 2009 by Little Brown and Company, and it has 264 pages. So, this is my book review of Ash by Malinda Lo. I'm Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and this chapter was for you.